Hello, and thank you so much for joining me again. Today, I want to talk to you about something that is really, really important in life, something we call the golden rule of life, which is treat people the way you want to be treated. I've been trying really, really hard to follow this rule. And yes, sometimes some people make it very difficult. Why? Because as much as people want to say that they treat you like they want to be treated, unfortunately, and we all have met some of those people, some of the people treat you in a way where had you treat them the same way they're treating you, guess what? Everything will go to hell. Give you an example. No matter what relationship you have with another person, whether it's a friendship, acquaintance, coworker, family, friend, best friend, whatever. It is always important to be mindful of how you treat them. Meaning, always treat people the way you want to be treated. This way, if they treat you any differently, that will only be an indication of who they are. It has no reflection on who you are, but it has every reflection on who they are and their character, whether it's a plus or a minus, positive or negative. I had an encounter with someone in my life that is a good acquaintance. I'm very careful of not calling or using the word friend, because to me, a friendship is extremely valuable, and I can only call someone a friend if they have been truly tried, true and true. In other words, when the chips are down is really when you know who your friends are. In my case, unfortunately, getting in trouble, going on vacation for 38 months, I knew exactly who my friends were. And I hate to tell you this, but I only had really one, which is really my mother. She's always been there. And it's really sad, but it's true. Even though I've known millions of people throughout my life and throughout my different careers that I had, I thought I had at least 5 or 6 really good friends that I've known for over 25 or 30 years. Unfortunately, they did not come through, which is okay. I'm not mad at them. Everybody's got to do what they want to do. And by the way, it is extremely important to believe people when they show you who they are. If someone shows you their character, believe them. No matter what actions they take, if they do an action, believe them. If you're in a situation where you expect a friend, a good friend, or a family friend, or a family member, or whatever, to act a certain way because you would do that for them, and they don't, and you try to communicate with them, but they don't see it that way, guess what? It's not on you, it's on them. And believe them. If somebody wants to not affect your life in a positive way, or not be there when you need them, or not help when you need help the most without you asking, and even after you ask and they still don't do it, they are showing you who they are. Believe them. Very simple. Actions speak louder than words. So true. However, there's something to be said about effective and clear communication. In other words, we cannot rush into judgment on anyone. In fact, I don't even like the word judgment. I don't like to be judged, and therefore I don't judge anybody. No matter what they do, what they don't do, that's on them. That's their life, that's their path. They have to reap the consequences. They have to get their own karma. What you put out in the universe is what you get back. And this is 100% true. So, the ironic thing that I've noticed, and I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks, and this is why I'm sharing this with you today. You know, I always like to share all my thoughts and all my conclusions and all my life experiences and journeys. I'm like, if someone wants me to treat them the way they're treating me, and if I do that and they get upset, I believe I have every right to point the fact to them that, you know what, I'm only treating you the way you want to be treated because you treated me this way. And I'm just putting a mirror in front of you and treating you that way because I need you to see how you treat me. So this becomes a little confusing because the golden rule states that you treat people the way you want to be treated, correct? So I like to treat people with respect, with dignity. I am a genuine guy. I don't like to lie. I don't like to cheat people. I like to be just straight shooter, straight up. What you see is what you get. And I'm going to do as much as I can to help you, even though I'm the one who needs the help the most, but it doesn't matter. I've always been a helpful type of guy. This is part of my DNA. This is the way I was raised. This is part of my character, build up and makeup. And this is what I do. So I don't expect people to help me. I do expect people to at least be kind, honest, truthful, and gentle. Just like the way I treat them. Just be honest. That's basic. And the funny part is when I treat someone the way I want to be treated, and they come back and treat me completely the opposite. What is that telling me? That that's who they are. So I'm going to believe them. If they're being unkind, if they're being selfish, if they're being disrespectful, if they're being unaware of their own actions and how that affects my actions and my life and my situation and my goals and how this is affecting me and not respecting my time, which is extremely important. You've heard me say it a million times. I'll say it one more time. Time is the most important commodity we own. It doesn't matter how much money we have. It doesn't matter how much properties we own. It doesn't matter what kind of car we drive. Time is the most important commodity we own. And guess what? We all have one thing in common. We have very limited amount of time on this earth. And it's up to us. How do you spend it? And what legacy you're going to leave, after you're gone. I was thinking about Prince and Michael Jackson and all these people. You can say anything you want about them, but you know what? They still live today and they're going to live forever. Why? Because they left us their legacy. Whether it's entertainment in their case, someone else would be, they passed a certain law, or someone else had a certain discovery, like Steve Jobs left us great products with Apple that really helps everybody. So it's all about legacy at some point. You might not be thinking about it today, but if you sit down and really focus on your life, you may decide to have a certain purpose that drives your life with the one goal of leaving a positive imprint, hopefully, on this earth. And this is where I'm at. And this is why I'm doing this video. I want to share with you everything that I come up with, everything that I think about that is positive, everything that I can help you with that helps me, I'm going to share with you. So I always want to treat people the way I want to be treated. And it takes a lot of discipline. I'm not going to lie. I used to be the type of guy that if somebody said the wrong way, I came back with 10 wrong ways to them. If they said one bad word to me, I came back with 20 of them. It was a tit for tat to the 100th power. And all that did is alienate people, make people hate me, make people dislike me, and not have that many people that want to deal with me. We'll have our good days and bad days. Nowadays, it seems like there's more bad days than good days just because of COVID and because of all the unrest and the riots and all the stuff that's going on in the political arena and all this crap. But we're in a positive room here. I like to keep it positive. And all I'm saying is if we can all, don't I wish, that all are kind and nice to each other and love each other and care about each other and communicate properly and communicate effectively and clearly and tell people what's on your mind. Tell people how you feel. Tell people how what they say or do affects you. After all, it's all about self-awareness. If someone is not self-aware, sometimes they need their hand held and show them, you know what? I'm not sure if you realize this, but let me just show you or share with you what I see from my end, looking at you from my perspective or my point of view. And you're welcome to do the same. And I'm giving everybody an invitation. If you see anything that rubs you the wrong way about me or doesn't agree with what you think or how you feel, by all means, send me an email, jump on the live streaming that I do, which would be today, Wednesday, at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you. I'm an open book. I like to make things better. I like to create positive environment. And I like to keep us in a positive realm and have positive energy around us. And this is really important to stay the course and be productive and be happy in life. So treat people the way you want to be treated. It's very important. And I always have to remind myself the 4 agreements I made with myself. And I think I mentioned this before. I'll mention it one more time. I read this book. It's called The 4 Agreements. And basically what it talks about is never take anything personal. Sometimes it's very difficult, I admit. And I have to remind myself with the agreement I made with myself. Sometimes it's extremely hard not to take things personal. Just like when I hear negative comments on interviews that I've done with other channels. Oh, this guy's a scumbag. This guy lived off these women. This guy, used women. This guy used whatever. Number 2, do not assume. Also extremely difficult, but we have to have enough discipline not to assume an action or a situation or a miscommunication. Always good not to assume. Ask a question. Effective communication again is key. Not assuming is best because you know what happens when you assume. It makes an ass out of, and you guessed it. Number 3, always do your best. No matter what I do, I promise you, I'm doing the best I can do. Right now, I'm in the finishing touches on my first part of my movie. It's going to be 2 parts. Part 1 and part 2 are like original and a sequel of Madam Suzanne. And I'm telling you, this is like the 3rd time I proofread it. And I'm making it better and better and better. And it's going to be an awesome movie. And I'll make another video about that. I promise you. This movie is going to be Scarface meet Heat meet Goodfellas meet Godfather meet. It's going to be awesome. So always do your best. Number 4, always keep your word. Extremely important. If I say something, I'm going to do it. Otherwise, I'll just keep my mouth shut. If I can't do something, keep your mouth shut. No empty promises, no over promising, no under delivering, none of that. And if somehow you fall short, there's nothing wrong with apologizing and letting the other person know that, you know what, I tried my best, I overestimated, or I overextended myself, or whatever the situation may be. So the 4 agreements are: don't take anything personal, never assume, always do your best, and always keep your word. And this in turn will help you with the first golden rule, which is always treat people the way you want to be treated. These go hand in hand. If somebody mistreated me a certain way, I always fall back on the 4 agreements, which is don't take things personal, don't assume, right? Those always help. Before you start getting upset, getting angry, getting frustrated, take your time, count till 10, count to 100. And it's hard because if you're not a patient person like myself, I have to learn how to be patient. Patient does not come naturally to me. I'm like a go, go, go type of guy. Let's go, let's go. You're taking too long. Let's go. You're thinking too slow. Let's go. I'm already 10 steps ahead, 10 thoughts ahead. And that's not fair, because you cannot expect everyone to think like you do, think on the same level or the same speed or the same processor in your brain or whatever. No better than anybody else. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. It's just you cannot assume, here we go with that word, assume, that everybody communicates the same way or thinks the same way on the same speed, or they have the same processor speed in their brain. So you see how those go hand in hand, right? I wish everybody could just be nice. I know it's really simple. It sounds so simple, but it's so true. I wish everybody would just treat each other nice. I used to have a girlfriend years ago. She used to say to me, just be nice. I'm like, what do you mean, just be nice? I am being nice, but I wasn't being nice. It is so simple, and it may even be so childish or so, elementary, but it's so true. All we can do is if we can just be nice to each other, I can assure you everything will be a little bit better. It might be a lot better, but it will be a little better. Anyways, this is all I have for you today. I just want to share that with you. The golden rule: treat people like they want to be treated. And if they don't treat you that way, just remember the 4 agreements, which more importantly is don't take it personal and don't assume, and try to communicate. Always communication is very, very important. Clear and effective communication is key to life. And if they still don't get it, sometimes I start treating people the way they treat me instead of me treating them the way I want to be treated, because I just want to put the mirror in front of them to show them that, you know what? And this is a developmental thing. I'm trying to help somebody develop, trying to help somebody with their character flaws. And I do that on purpose sometimes to let them know what I'm doing. The reason I'm doing this is because this is what you do to me, and I just want you to feel how I feel. 2 wrongs don't make a right. True. But if I'm trying to help somebody see what they're not seeing, be self-aware, and talk about it and show them. Sometimes you talk about it, they don't understand. You talk about it again, they don't understand. Talk about it 10 times, they're not listening. Which is listening is more important than talking. That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? So do whatever you have to do to make your life better, and the people that you love and care about, the people that are in your circle of trust, better. Treat them the way you want to be treated, and hopefully they'll do the same. If somebody insists on treating you badly, you have 2 choices. Continue to be yourself. Continue treating them the way you want to be treated, or you can walk away. If you try and try and try again to communicate with them and let them know how you feel about the way they treat you, and you communicate, you even put the mirror in their face and start treating them the way they're treating you, it still doesn't work, you can always walk away. Nobody has a contract in blood. Now, if you guys happen to be married, maybe this is why I've never been married, but anyways, if you guys are married, you're gonna have to figure something out. Because staying together for the wrong reasons is not going to help you or help them. I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm not going to even go down that road. This is not my lane. All I'm saying is communication is key, no matter what relationship we're in. Okay, here we go. I love you guys. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay happy. And if you have not found your happiness, please look deep within yourself. You will find it. It's not the same for everybody. Everybody has their own happiness. So don't go by somebody else's happiness. Always look within yourself for your own happiness and be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, what makes me happy? And once again, I'm almost done with my movie script. I'm going to be shopping around in Hollywood. Hopefully, I may even get an agent. So I'm looking at a couple agencies. I'll keep you posted on what's going on. This movie is going to happen, hopefully in 2021. It will happen. It is happening. Thank you so much. And I will see you in live streaming Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you soon.